This video is for the woman because I've lectured the men a lot. And part of the reason y'all keep acting up is because the men allow you to act up. And that's something that we're trying to improve. But I want to make this video like directly to the woman, right? The woman that keeps supporting liberal policies, the woman that keeps supporting third world immigration, the women that keep pushing stupid issues that don't benefit their own people, the women that seem bound and determined to undermine their men. I want to give you guys a history. Even during human prehistory, for tens of thousands of years, men have looked at women as a resource. You guys didn't have any rights until very recently, and the reason you have rights is because we gave them to you, right? So the suffragettes wanted the right to vote, and we said, okay, that's reasonable, we're going to give you the right to vote. And that's where all these crazy liberal policies have come in that are destroying our civilization. And you guys vote to have our borders opened and to have foreign men come in. And see, you've demasculated the men here, and you've made us weak, you've made us soft, you've made us effeminate, and you long for masculine, real men. So you want third world immigrants to come in here because their men don't act like a bunch of little boys, but you're the one that caused this. You told us that our masculinity was toxic, and now you want all these third world people to come in here because they're big and strong, and they don't fall for propaganda like that. And the men, unfortunately, there's a lot of men that are too retarded to see what's going on, because in order to really have the full picture of what's going on, you have to go back some decades. You've got to go back some decades to really realize how we got to the point we're at today. And if you're a millennial or a Gen Z, you were born into all this crap thinking the world you live in currently is normal, and it's not. But my message to the woman is, what is your end goal? You're going to import a bunch of Muslims, and you're going to import a bunch of Mexican Catholics, gang members, MS-13 people, West Africans. What is this going to do for the feminism thing? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, what is your end goal? Help me to understand what the end goal is. Because the way I see it, you're importing a bunch of people that don't believe in women's rights, right? And these people believe that you belong in the kitchen. They believe that you belong in the household. And from the way I see it as a tribalist, if our women are going to be bound and determined to be in the kitchen, I'd rather you be in my kitchen. I'm not going to allow a bunch of foreigners into my community making our women turn into their wives and you being put back. If you're going to go back in the kitchen, it's going to be my kitchen. You can either be in the delusional neoliberalist fantasy land where, oh, we're in a post-tribal state. We don't have tribalism and ethnocentrism anymore. Those are outdated values. The rest of the world doesn't think that way. The Africans don't think that way. The Asians don't think that way. The Muslims don't think that way. Nobody thinks that way but you, right? And so what I'm telling the women that are watching this video is, if a bunch of foreigners are going to come into my community and make you into housewives, like, I have a kitchen. That's what I'm saying. And all my neighbors that were born here, we have houses and we have kitchens. I'm just being honest. So the idea of a bunch of foreigners coming in and taking our women, they wouldn't put up with that. You think the North Africans are going to let me like take all their women? And no. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's your end game? Because, like, if your goal is to get put back in a kitchen, that's where you're headed, because like you're importing Muslims, you're importing radical Christian Catholics from South America, gang members, West Africans, people that do not believe in women's rights. You're voting to have them imported into your society. And so you're going back to a kitchen no matter what. I'd rather it be mine. Because as a man, why would I let somebody cuck me and take my woman? Why would we allow that? Why on earth would we allow that? I'm just being honest here. And every human race, every tribe, every culture is ethnocentric, except for mine recently that lost its fucking mind. Oh, we're beyond that now. We're past that. Literally nobody else in the world thinks this way, other than liberal white people that live in like gated communities in America and in Western Europe. I mean, even people here don't think that way. The rednecks out here don't think that way. We just basically, we got a gun to our head. They threaten us, we'll lose our jobs or whatever. I mean, you've literally had to put you've had to put an economic gun to people's heads to get them to say this stupid shit. Nobody believes in it. Nobody is drinking the liberal Kool-Aid. It's not happening. Everybody's going to be tribalistic except for white guys, and the white guys are going to be pussy and liberal, and then they're going to let a bunch of foreigners in to sleep with their women, even though if you went to their country, try to sleep with their woman, it wouldn't be tolerated. It's a double standard. And so what I'm saying is, you know, to a white liberal woman, having rights is a responsibility. So I'm not saying that I want to take away women's rights. I'm saying if you don't use your rights responsibly, you may end up losing them. That's what I'm telling you. The way things are going, you're voting to get rid of your own rights anyway. And I'll be damned, as a tribalist, if another tribe is going to take possession of my woman. Because if anybody's going to take possession of our woman, it's going to be us. And so that's my message. A very simple, consistent message that I have. Because I don't want to say things that are too complicated, because it might confuse you guys. You know, because quite frankly, recently I've been looking at a lot of you white liberal women like you're idiots. You could go to the local sailboat races or the yacht club or the golf courses or wherever, and there's millionaire dudes running around here, or at least a guy that comes from a rich family. But then you sell pictures of yourself on OnlyFans for $2 a pop, and then you hook up with some guy that lives in a hotel room or something. You know, it'll be some 30-year-old that's older than you, and he'll live in a hotel room. I lived in a hotel room when I was like 19. But, I mean, the point I'm trying to make is it's clear that you make decisions that are not in your best interest. It's clear. It's clear that the freedom we've given you, you're not using it to make good decisions. You're not using this. Freedom comes with responsibility, right? And we use taxpayer money to bail you out of the poor decisions that you make. And so the message I have to women, and please share this video with women, please, because I know only like 8% of my audience is women. So please share this with women. The message I have to women is freedom comes with responsibility, okay? And my assistant, she shows me, you know, she shows me all this crap on Facebook that her girlfriends post. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all are like 30 years old watching cartoons and stuff. Y'all need to grow the fuck up. And so I'm looking at these women right now like, y'all need to grow the fuck up for real. It's sad. And so I'm putting the woman on notice. I've been to prison. I have plenty of friends that are Mexican. I have friends that are in MS-13. I've got friends from West Africa. I got friends that are Muslim. I have friends of all races, colors, and creeds from all over the world. And the only people I know that believe in women's rights are white males, really, and white women. Liberals. White liberals is a very small population of the earth thinks the way you people do. You're going to run out of liberal soy boy men to fight your battles. You're going to run out of them. You're going to fucking run out of them. And not only that, you're going to find that they're not very eager to fight for your battles, and they just parrot your bullshit because they want in your pants. You know what I mean? At least I'm honest about it. Yeah, at least I'm honest about it. I tell women all the time, I'm not interested in having a woman live here that doesn't have sex with me. I want you to see what these people do when their EBT gets cut off. And I want you to imagine if there was ever a pestilence, a food shortage, or another pandemic or something that really causes a food shortage, I want you to see how these people act. Just with this little EBT thing, look how crazy they've gotten. A couple weeks, they're not going to have their EBT. They're ready to riot. Okay, all right. When it goes down, you're going to wish you had a redneck, conservative, Trump voter. Oh, Trump. Oh, we hate Trump. Oh, everybody hates Trump. Yeah, orange man bad. Oh, yeah. I don't give a shit about Trump, bro. I don't care either way, bro. Trump is Trump. Whatever. Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump. I don't really... Yeah, I'm not... People keep calling me a Trump supporter. I don't... Trump's all right. I don't got no beef with Trump, but, I mean... Trump is Trump. I don't really give a shit either way, bro. He's just a guy. He's just the president. In 4 more years, you'll have another one. Women have got to get with the program. These women have got to get with the program, because right now, what you're doing is you're destroying your own rights. And if, like I said, if there's a tribalistic society and women are viewed as a resource again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the rules of the game haven't changed. I'm not going to do it. When the US dollar collapses and there's no food in the fridge and there's no EBT and there's no government handouts and there's riots in the street and chaos and the world's falling apart, who's going to be there to give a shit about you? Is it going to be some random guy that, you know, basically takes you as a slave? Because women's rights is propped up by this government. And this government is propped up by the Western man that gave you your rights, the police officers, which are mostly white males, you know, but I mean, also, you know, black guys too, you know, but I mean, what I'm saying is, you're biting the hand that feeds you, big time. You're messing up big time. You're setting yourself up for misery. And they've done studies. Y'all were happier in the 1970s, okay? And it is inevitable the way things are going. It looks like you're going back into a traditional household type environment. It looks like that, because the only group that's fighting for you to be completely and utterly free, that's the group that you're turning your back on and you're screwing over. And that's mostly white, heterosexual, liberal males. And that's actually the group you're screwing over the hardest. The people that fight for your rights, the people that gave you your rights, those are actually the people you're screwing over the hardest, is the white heterosexual males. And the way it's looking, you're going to kill the golden goose. Either the white heterosexual males are going to get tired of it and they're going to reimpose some kind of patriarchy, or the Islamists are going to get you. But either way, it's not looking good for the future of women's rights and all that, because this is an ideology that will eat itself with its own inconsistencies. It is a nihilistic, childish group of women that I mean, there's no long-term strategy. You can't bluff me into thinking there's a long-term strategy. When you guys take your sexual marketplace value and throw it in the toilet for $20 a month on OnlyFans, when you could have gotten married to a guy that's a millionaire, I mean that's the shittiest ROI. That's the shittiest cost-benefit analysis I've ever seen in my life. So you cannot fool me into thinking you're a better chess player. You can't. You cannot fool me into thinking you have a long-term strategy. You don't. Something's got to give. And so I'm letting you know, like, you might want to start thinking about what your plan is in this post-women's rights society that you're about to live in. Because the post-women's rights society is coming. Because the people that stood up for human rights, guess what? You're stabbing them in the back. And they won't be around forever the way things are going. Right? So either way, it looks like that's what's going to happen. And so you really need to start thinking about, where is your place in the post-women's rights society? I think living on a farm like this with a good husband that cares about you is probably your best bet. That's just me, though. You guys got to figure that out. If you're a woman, leave in the comment section, you know, what's your plan? I'd like to know. Jordan Jareb, signing off.